Coach, I always hear from you guys, there comes a moment in every series to where we realize who is the better team. Have we reached that point in this series, and is it the Bucks?
Yeah, we reached that point, and we talked about this road going into the series. When you look at just the players on their resumes on paper, just look at the experience. People forget, and I'm gonna say it again, Brook Lopez was an all-star, playing the post, the traditional center position. Then you got the two-time MVP in Giannis. Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday has been an all-star and probably gonna be an all-star again at some point. And then you look at Phoenix. Chris Paul, as great as he's been, his age is starting to show he's slowing down with Drew Holiday picking him up 94 feet. He's 36 years old. And then you got Devin Booker, who's been unbelievable. Back-to-back 40-plus point games. And then after that, Ayton, who's young and inexperienced. But when I watch Phoenix, and I've been doing film room, me and Coach Earl Watson, the mistakes that they're making defensively, bro, they are making mistakes that you make early in the season. They're not communicating, they're not talking. We showed a clip today where you had all 10 players on both teams on one side of the court. And guess which way they let Drew Holiday go? Left, where there was no help. And guess who did it? Chris Paul. So that's telling me that these young players, it's been an unbelievable season for Monty Williams and that coaching staff, but they're young and they're starting to make a lot of mistakes that young teams make.
Well, so far we haven't seen Phoenix win on the road in Milwaukee. Now, we know during the regular season they had the best record on the road. What is it going to take? And you mentioned those defensive slip-ups that they had, but what is it going to take specifically for Phoenix to go to get a win and extend the series?
Bro, it's going to be tough for this reason. They got to transfer what they do at home, running, fast-paced, probing, getting into the paint, spraying the ball, shooting threes. They got to take that formula and take it to the road. Now, you know as well as I know, at home, you can, with the crowd, that energy, and you have confidence. It's not the building, it's the mentality. How do you take your home game plan and take it to the road and win with it? It's going to be tough, man, but they're going to have to do that. And that guy right there, Devin Booker, he's going to have to go for 45 or 50 because right now Chris Paul is at his max, the way they're playing him right now, the things that they're having to do. And then Ayton hadn't been able to duplicate on the road what he's done at home. So if they're going to go back to Game 7, force a Game 7 in Phoenix, that young man right there, Devin Booker, is going to have another unbelievable game.
Indeed, he is. 2 straight 40-point games for him. The first time that's happened, he's lost both games. But Chris Paul, we've seen that his numbers were declining overall, but then he responds a little bit better in the previous Game 5. What does Chris Paul need to do specifically to lead his team to a win?
He's got to shake Drew Holiday. He can't let Drew Holiday dictate the pace of play. Right now, Phoenix is best when they get out and run. Why? Because they're smaller and quicker. When they play against Milwaukee half-court defense, Milwaukee is long, big, and athletic, and they shut down the court. They got to play fast. And Chris Paul, they're going to have to do something to get him out in space, get him the ball moving, because right now, when he's turning and Drew Holiday is controlling him and making Chris Paul turn, bring the ball up the floor, it's just messing up the spacing, the timing, and the pace.
Giannis. We know that he's been just utterly ridiculous, making these plays left and right. Just from a fan's perspective, what would you like to see from him in this potential closeout game, the first of his career?
Keep being a facilitator. Let me tell you, the maturation of his game is unbelievable. In the past, the teams built the wall. Think about this. Giannis was good for 2 travels or two charges a game, right? Because even though teams were building the wall, he was still trying to duck his head and get to the paint. What he did in Game 5 was remarkable. He used Phoenix defense against him. You watched them play in transition. Milwaukee did a great job of getting their shooters out in transition, running to the corners. And Giannis, when he saw the wall, he took that one dribble to the paint and he started moving the ball. And then I like the other adjustment Coach Budenholzer made with him. He's putting Giannis in high screen and roll, and he's rolling him. And guess what happens when you roll the 2-time MVP? The defense collapsed, and now it's opened up all these opportunities for Middleton and Drew Holiday, and they're taking advantage of it.